Give us your averages and we're happy.
And hitting those deep threes when it matters. This isn't just a comeback game. It's a must-win. And Caitlin Clark is ready to answer the call. Caitlin Clark didn't just say she's returning, she sent a message. And that message, let me play my game. After weeks of silence and speculation, Caitlin finally spoke. And what she said wasn't just about basketball, it was a subtle but clear challenge to those trying to control her game from the sidelines. She said she's ready to compete, bring energy, and play hard.
Well, and put myself in a good position moving forward.
This is what we needed. The GOAT is back. It's official.
Caitlin Clark just broke the silence. She's back, and she's coming for the Valkyries. After weeks on the sidelines, she's officially returning, and this time, it's personal.
Caitlin Clark
was gonna be back. Caitlin Clark is making her return. This is what the world needed.
The last time they faced off, Indiana choked in the fourth, but not this time. Not with 22 back.
Caitlin Clark is a star. She is one of the most decorated women athletes.
Caitlin Clark is the driving force behind the WNBA.
Its star player back. It's unlocking its full potential.
With Caitlin, they start to fight for those top 4 or 5 seeds.
Because the truth is, the entire structure of the WNBA is shifting. Caitlin's arrival is forcing conversation.
She's a part of the old guard. Y'all got to understand that. She's a part of the old guard where they play this slow, methodical, boring-ass basketball.
It's about how the league markets its players, how coaches use their stars, and how outdated systems are holding back a new era of talent. That pressure, it's not just on Indiana anymore. It's on the entire league. Every team that ignored it. If you're 100% riding with Caitlin Clark, drop a 100% in the comments right now. Let's get into it.
Her presence and her impact in women's basketball is referred to as the Caitlin Clark effect.
Country has fallen in love with what we have created. And America, here's the girl next door, all grown up, Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark is officially returning.
Caitlin Clark was gonna be back, is official.
And not just for any game. She's coming back against the same team that handed Indiana one of their most frustrating losses this season, the Golden State Valkyries.
It is looking like Caitlin Clark is returning.
Narratives pushed.
Some Indiana Fever fans are getting a little bit nervous because of some comments that Caitlin Clark made, saying a few more years.
That discredit her leadership, her game, and her role in the Fever's progress. But every time the league tries to dim her light, she shines brighter. Don't forget, after she was snubbed for the Olympics, she went on an insane stretch, carrying Indiana to some of its biggest wins. She responded not with complaints, but with buckets. And now, that same fire is back. This is the version of Caitlin Clark the league should fear the most. Healthy, rested, angry, and focused. With Ori fourth quarter, but this time Clark's back to rewrite the story. After sitting out due to injury, Caitlin was cleared by the Fever's medical team and is expected to suit up for this critical matchup. Coach Stephanie White confirmed it herself.
She is on track to return, according to Indiana Fever coach Stephanie White.
Barring any last-minute setbacks, Clark will be in uniform, ready to lead.
And according to Stephanie White, obviously. But if there are no setbacks, she expects Caitlin Clark to return.
Stephanie White right here from Chloe Peterson. Barring any regression.
This time, everything is different. Clark knows this game is personal. It's the kind of game that superstars live for. The Valkyries are physical. They hack, they grind, they try to get in your head. But without their home crowd and their usual whistles, they're vulnerable. And Clark thrives under pressure. She's played in louder gyms, against tougher crowds with more at stake. But what makes this even more dangerous for the rest of the league is that Clark now has motivation layered on top of motivation. She's been disrespected. She's been doubted. She's been told to wait her turn. And she's had enough. She's watched others be handed opportunities she's earned. She's seen the league
where they really need her. It's the most important game. All these games are important games at this stage.
Indiana is neck and neck with the Valkyries in the standings. Both teams share similar records, and the battle for playoff position is getting brutal. The margin for error is razor thin. One loss could push the Fever down the ladder. Another win could thrust them into the top 6.
The Fever can get into that top 6 pretty easily.
And let's be clear, the Valkyries might play hard, but they're not unbeatable. They've dropped 2 straight games, fading late in both contests. Away from home, they don't get the same foul calls.
The Valkyries just go around hacking people. They don't get the favorable whistle away from home.
And their offensive talent doesn't. She didn't go on rants. She stayed quiet and went to work. That silence, that's the calm before the storm, because now she's back and the target is clear. Prove everyone wrong on the court, starting with the Valkyries.
Stephanie White confirming to the world, Caitlin Clark is back. Stephanie White says if there's no setbacks, she expects Caitlin Clark to return to the lineup tomorrow afternoon against Golden State.
The last time Indiana faced them, the Fever let the game slip away in the fourth quarter. It was one of those games that made fan game, especially with Clark running the show.
They've lost their last 2 games in a row, and they've kind of faded late in both of those games. And they have the same record as the Fever.
The energy she brings is irreplaceable. Teammates like Ari McDonald and Kelsey Mitchell have stepped up, but there's no denying who the real engine is. Even when Caitlin isn't putting up 30-point nights, her presence alone reshapes the game.
The Indiana Fever not that much fun to watch without her.
Just her being out there opens up looks for Aaliyah Boston.
Aaliyah Boston will get back to getting easy baskets.
And Fee's spot on Team USA wasn't earned. It was a farewell gift.
Diana Taurasi making the team played a role in Caitlin Clark not making it.
Locked in long before selections were finalized. That meant from the beginning, Caitlin was never truly being considered, despite being more deserving by every measurable standard. But what's worse, the committee didn't just exclude her because of basketball politics. They admitted they were afraid of fan backlash. Their biggest concern wasn't how Caitlin would perform, it was how her massive fan base might react if she didn't get enough playing time. Think about that. And the best part? She's not coming back to be cautious. Caitlin practiced 5-on-5 in front of Fever fans and nailed the first bucket.
Participating yesterday in a 5-on-5 practice session in front of VIP Indiana Fever fans. She made the first bucket.
This is my first time doing this, so it was a great experience. I'm happy, and I know my teammates, I can speak for them as well. It's just, putting on a show for them and just letting them get to know us a little better and just seeing, us keep building that chemistry.
She's feeling the rhythm, and she's excited, not just physically, but mentally.
That's obviously hard.
They didn't want her breaking records or taking shine from their favorites. That Olympic snub wasn't just a bad decision. It was calculated. Political.
If they kept Caitlin Clark off the team and put Taurasi on, then because of age, it would prevent Caitlin Clark from ever matching or breaking Diana Taurasi's record.
So now Clark is returning with something to prove, not just to her team or her fans, but to the entire basketball world. And make no mistake, she's not asking for permission anymore. She's asserting her, while other guards like Erica Wheeler or Sydney Colson dominated the ball and ignored her completely.
Caitlin Clark playing off the ball with Ari McDonald looks good. That Ari actually looks to give her the ball, which is the complete opposite. To when Sid Colson's there and when Erica Wheeler was there.
The result? Wasted possessions, broken rhythm, and frustration, both for Caitlin and the fans. But things are different now. With Ari McDonald in the rotation, there's movement, energy, and trust. Her first 16 WNBA games was averaging nearly 17 points, 6 assists, and 5 rebounds per game.
Clark had been averaging 16.8 points, 5.3 rebounds, 6.3 assists per game through 16 games of her rookie WNBA season when she was passed over.
Numbers that few rookies in league history have even come close to. Her impact goes beyond the stat sheet. She's the reason arenas are selling out. She's the reason TV ratings are breaking records. She's the reason WNBA merch is flying off shelves. Let's be honest, a lot of people are starting to question Stephanie White. Her rigid offensive system, her refusal to give Caitlin the freedom to run the offense, and her insistence on forcing an outdated Connecticut Sun style of play.
Stephanie White say the low guard getting the outlet and the high guard running. Listen, Stephanie White, that's not how we're playing. Caitlin Clark receives the outlet.
Has rubbed fans and analysts the wrong way. One of the loudest criticisms, the minutes restriction talk. Clark said she might be on a limit, but fans and experts immediately.
Few weeks, so I'm definitely excited to get back out there.
She said herself it's time to get back into the flow with her teammates, to compete hard and bring the energy this team has been missing.
If they say she's healthy, she should play.
Let's not forget, Clark's averages were 16.8 points, 5.3 rebounds, and 6.3 assists before the injury. That kind of production isn't just impressive, it's elite for a rookie. And that's all the Fever need right now. Not 30-point explosions, just Caitlin doing Caitlin things.
Yeah, I mean, I feel pretty good, but probably going to try not to overdo it as well and put myself in a good position. When we get to the end of the year and get here in the playoffs, I think this is going to be a moment where I can look back on and...
This isn't just a comeback game. This is Caitlin Clark's statement to the entire league. Let's be very clear. The WNBA knows what's coming. The coaches, the players, the executives, they feel it. And they've tried everything to slow her rise. But here's the thing. You can't stop what's inevitable. Caitlin Clark's return against the Valkyries isn't just about the Fever getting their star back. It's a symbolic turning point in a league that, for months, has tried to contain.
Hopefully, and just feel things again. I think, I don't know what type of minutes I'm going to get will look like, but just when I'm out there, like, compete, play hard. This is going to be a team that's going to be moving constantly, so just being aware and active, bring energy.
But don't expect her to sit around and wait for the green light. And while she was careful with her words, her actions, and her fans are doing the real talking. Let's start with what's happening behind the scenes. Multiple reports and footage from Fever practices show that Caitlin looks sharp. She's been running with the starters, hitting shots and building chemistry, especially with Ari McDonald. That's herself. From refusing to be hidden in the offense to demanding the ball in transition.
Put the ball in her hands and she'll make the decisions.
Caitlin wants one thing, control. And when she has it, the numbers speak for themselves. She's the best transition playmaker in the league. She's a generational passer.
She's the best transition playmaking guard in the league.
Her ability to hit threes 5 feet behind the line forces defenses to completely reshape their strategy. And when she's allowed to be herself,
is Stephanie White gonna allow Caitlin Clark to do Caitlin Clark?
When the offense flows through her, Indiana looks